It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters how you feel, and how you feel on the inside comes out, and then it just overshadows everything else. You can be a frumpy person, or frumpy dressed person, excuse me, but still radiate beauty, radiate love, compassion for others, things like that, which makes you more beautiful than the person who's dressed up. I've noticed that lately on social media, men are commenting that women have taken their beauty so far to the left that men are now turned off from what they used to be turned on to. They don't want all of the fake body parts and the Botox and, the super duper long somebody else's hair, or the nails, or the so many layers of makeup that when you take it off, they don't recognize you the next day. Not saying that a woman shouldn't be comfortable doing those things, because if that's what makes you happy, by all means, go for it. Because you know what? Everybody has their own idea of what beauty is, and everybody has their own capacity of achieving that beauty. It all depends on what you want. Okay, so I will never take anything away from a woman who goes under the knife to get a better body. If that's what you want to do, go for it, girlfriend. Just make sure that you're healthy. That's all I ask. Be healthy. But when it comes down to what you say to other people, even when you think you're being nice, like you're really cute for a big girl, or if you gain just a couple of pounds, I would date you, or your legs are so skinny, you shouldn't wear short dresses or skirts or shorts because you don't look right, things like that. That is not how we should be treating each other, male or female, because those words hurt and words stick even when you don't want them to. We have this idea that once you say something to somebody, it rolls off their back and they never think about it. That's not true, because it's almost like yelling into a well. That echo goes on and on and on and on until the next yell comes into that well, because we remember all of how we felt. And unfortunately, we have the ability to continually relive and re-feel that moment. So when you're talking to each other and you're speaking about people, try to speak in a positive way, because, like I said, words hurt and they stick with you. I remember going to visit my grandmother before she passed away, and I'm standing there feeling really good about myself because I had lost so much weight. I had lost almost 70 pounds. And I'm standing in front of her and I'm talking to her, and she pokes my stomach and she like screws up her face and shakes her head like, no, you've got to get rid of that. Well, my grandmother didn't know about my health issues because I didn't share them with her. But the fact that she did that till this day still sticks with me, so that when I look at myself in the mirror and I don't see that young girl that my grandmother knew growing up running around her house, but I now see this grown woman, it kind of bothers me, because it's like, okay, so now I still have the stomach, or my stomach isn't completely washboard flat. Heck, I'm almost 50 years old. I mean, how washboard flat am I supposed to be at this point? Besides, how many men want to lay on a hard body? I'm just saying, because I know that I've dated when I was in my cute, teeny tiny model body stage. I didn't want a man that was hard in the middle because it was uncomfortable for me. That's not comfortable to me. It's like laying on a rock. But some people love it. But not all people love it. Some people like the jiggly. Some people like the skinny. Some people like the hard body, soft body, all of that. There are people that love all different types of things. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth, go out there and pay attention. Watch how people respond and watch the couples that walk past you. And they might not fit what you think are supposed to be the mold, but they're happy in what they're in. Okay. Hopefully, let's say hopefully. But again, when you think about body shaming, it comes in so many subtle ways, because if you watch television, you either have the very fair skinned people is of any culture, you're going to have all of those very fair skinned people. And then when you're looking at the African American, television, you're going to see the very dark skinned and the very fair skinned. But the people that fall in the middle are few and far between. You know, if you're say what we call quote unquote brown skinned, which means you're in the middle, you really don't count because you're neutral. So just like on any color spectrum, whatever that neutral color is, that's the color that just goes as like background. You're never going to be in the front. So that kind of puts something in your mind there. Then when you walk out and you go to get a job, if you have natural hair, you got to now figure out when you go to that interview how to make your hair look as non-natural as possible so that you can blend in with everybody else. But even when you get the job, you're there, you've got natural, or you're wearing weave or relaxers or whatever the case may be so that you can fit in. But when it comes time for you to get, moved up or even get the interview to get promoted, that lighter skin, fairer skin, more acceptable person is going to get it above you because they more look the part than you do. So there's another level of shaming. When I hear people say, "Oh, look at that little brown skin, dark skin baby. Oh, just a little chocolate baby." But then they don't say that about the light skinned child. They don't say that about the brown skinned child, but they always make a comment on that baby that has darker skin. Now, granted, I love a dark skinned person, because to me, it's more authentic, I guess you can say, of what I've come to know as being closer to the African palate. Although I know, please don't get upset with me. I know that we come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. I know that. But when I look at a dark-skinned person, it just makes me feel like, wow, why can't I be that color? Why can't I get that dark? Because I don't get that dark. I turn bright yellow. My legs turn bright yellow in the winter. And then the most I'll get is like a red brown in the winter. I mean, in the summer, excuse me. I'm all jacked up in the summer. But because I don't fall into that realm of actually, that beautiful, beautiful dark skin, I feel sometimes like, I wish I could. Not inadequate because I can't, but I wish I could. So, but I never felt like I wish I could be lighter. I always felt like I wish I could be darker, which again, in hindsight and more examination, another level of shaming, because you're not satisfied with who you are. You're not satisfied with what you have to offer the world. You want something else. And all of us are guilty of wanting to look like, have, or be like something that we're not. I get that. But you see how all of it kind of ties together, how all of it kind of makes you look at the picture just a little bit more broad than when you're standing close to it. Kind of step back from the wall and look at the picture and really ask yourself, what about me do I love? What about me is unique? What about me stands out? What about what do I have that makes me special? And it could be something as simple as, well, I've got long, pretty legs, or I've got clear skin, never had acne. It could be I've got thick, beautiful hair. It could be I have thin, long hair. It could be anything under the sun that makes you different and unique. And I implore you all to embrace that. Embrace your imperfections. If you have one eye bigger than the other, embrace it, baby. 'Cause that's you. That is you. That is your uniqueness. Embrace the fact that you might be teeny tiny, say 5 foot, but you got a size 10.5 shoe. Embrace it, baby, because that makes you unique. That makes you different. Nobody really wants to be like everybody to the degree that you get lost and become muted in the background. Nobody. Okay. Everybody knows that they have something special to offer. They just don't know or are afraid to put it out there so that it can be exposed to everyone else. So for me, I say this, I am going on a 30-day trial. Let's say I'm going to do an experiment because I have experimented before, getting my clothes on versus looking my everyday. When I put my clothes on, everybody knows me. Everybody wants to be around me. Everybody wants to be my friend. When I put on a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt and my hair is pulled back, nobody knows me. I'm invisible. The only people that might notice me are the elderly people who, are trying to figure out why I'm around them because I can't be around, or rather the others are shunning me or ignoring me, one of those things. But I'm going to start doing something different. I'm going to figure out something about me that I keep close to cuff, that I don't show people, and I'm going to put it out there. And I would like it if you guys could do the same thing. And I want you guys to email me and tell me what it is you're doing differently for the next 30 days. It could be anything under the sun. It could be changing your eating habits. It could be changing your hair color. It could be if you don't wear makeup, put on some makeup. If it could be anything under the sun. It could be going out and talking to people that you don't know in the grocery store. I don't care what it is, but 30 days, let's try it out and see what the results are and see how it changes you. Not so much as the world, but changes you, your outlook on yourself and your outlook on your surroundings. Okay. Email me. My email address is lofortunate@gmail.com. LOE, the number 4, the word tune, TUNE, the number 8@gmail.com. Again, it is LOE, the number 4, TUNE, the number 8@gmail.com. Lofortunate@gmail.com. Okay. Please, 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 let's do this because it's now, we're working on the middle of the month. So that's a good place to start. And, wherever you start is a good place to start. So if we can go from the middle of this month to the middle of next month, we can see what's going on and maybe we'll keep going and add something else or, try something new. But as far as body shaming, I really want you guys to understand that we're all made unique. We're like snowflakes. No two people are alike, even identical twins. No two people are alike. We all have different feelings. We all have different reactions to situations. We all have different takeaways from everything. Some people might not let you know that a comment you made hurt their feelings. Other people might break down right there. Some people might not show that they love you. Other people might show it too much. Everybody's different. And I think that when you walk out of the house and into the world, if you pay a person a compliment, just a random person a compliment, it could be you have beautiful color nail polish, or your hair looks really beautiful, or that dress is gorgeous. You never know how it's going to affect the next person. So I think as far as body shaming is concerned, we need to stop looking at the negative aspects of everything and start looking more at the positives. It might be different from you. It might be different from everyone else, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different. And let's start embracing our differences before we, put them down, before we make them a badge like a scarlet letter. Let's try to make things better, more positive. So in doing that, maybe that's something that we can do for the next 30 days. Every time you get up, every single day for the next 30 days, pay a person a compliment, a random person a compliment. It could even be somebody in your house.